We begin your evening on Spectrum News 1 with robocalls. According to data from the app RoboKiller, spam calls in the U.S. jumped 12% from September to October, and about 5.5 billion robocalls spammed Americans last month. Quite frankly, we're all fed up. The spike in calls has been on the Federal Trade Commission's radar since 2015. Now, last week, the House passed the TRACE Act. Now, that gives the feds and law enforcement power to track down and prosecute scammers. That bill now moves on to the Senate. Itay spoke with someone who is no stranger to those annoying phone calls, and he's going to share some of that with us right now. Itay.
Chris, we've all been there. You get a call sometimes from a familiar number, only to find out it's a scam. Criminals armed with your personal information are getting crafty, creating schemes to defraud you out of your hard-earned cash. I spoke to one woman from Tarzana who's been the target of incessant calls in Mandarin. And get this, our interview was interrupted not once, but twice with robocall scams. It's enough to make any sane person crazy. Take a look. Every morning, it happens around the same time. Just as Vered Band starts making breakfast, that's when it starts.
Hello?
The never-ending tsunami of robocalls trying to scam her.
Hello?
This message is provided by the Department of Utility Services.
Sounds like a real call, except for one thing. There is no Department of Utility Services. But just to make sure, Vered calls back.
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed.
It's been going on for months. Most days, the calls sound something like this.
这里是中国驻美总领事馆。
I pick up the phone. Sometimes they hang up. Sometimes it's in Chinese.
It's gotten so bad, during our 30-minute interview, she got 2 calls.
Hello?
Vered is not alone. Earlier this year, the FBI said it received hundreds of complaints from victims of Chinese robocall scams, with the combined losses reaching over $40 million. Although the calls are widespread, they are designed to prey on Chinese immigrants. San Gabriel Councilman Chin Ho Liao says his city has been targeted by scammers due to its large Asian population.
The impact on our residents and business, this is big.
Experts say the best thing to do, don't answer the phone and never ever give up any information.
Thank you for calling the Guardian Life Insurance Company of America.
In the meantime, Vered plans on being dialed in to all the latest scams to avoid any close calls.
All right, you kind of breezed over a little bit there, but how do we get rid of these calls?
Okay, so you can't really get rid of them.
That's bad news.
The
Come
end
on
of it.
now,
Yes.
Itay.
But
Is there
here's
something we can do?
Yes, there are a few things you can do. One, the first thing you need to do, and that's the first thing experts will tell you, is don't answer the call unless you know who's calling. Don't engage.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
That
the
works.
first thing. The second thing you need to do is join the national database. There's a no-call registry. The problem with that registry is it's for people who follow the law. And a lot of these companies who are doing these robocalls, especially if they're scams,
They're not following the law, are they?
they're not even based sometimes in the U.S.
How about that? What
Yeah.
else you got?
Well, the third thing you need to do is use your a blocking app. There are apps that can block it. The problem with that is you have to pay a little bit of money. Not everyone wants to pay those.
Depends how much annoyance it is, what it costs you. Okay, what else?
Then you can block individual numbers. That's another thing you can do. Again, that's
That's
going
going to be tough because they keep on calling you with different numbers. And
Yeah,
they
especially when you
rotate
get calls like 30 times a day. Sometimes it can be much. And then the last thing you need to do is use one of those private apps, which also can be costly.
There you go. So again, at the end, have to sum this up. There's still no way to get rid of them. Hopefully, the Senate's going to help us out and try to illegal or whatever, try to make them illegal
That's the
somehow
hope.
and prosecute it. There you go. Thank you so much, Itay.